Alright, hey guys, Sage is here, and I'm going to be going over, in details what's been going on, and a lot of you are wondering why I didn't address it in the video yesterday. It's mostly because I wanted to take the time to put my thoughts into words and get a better bearing on the subject matter and have a better way of addressing this than simply going, oh, this is how it happened. So, simply put, I made a mistake, and that was something that, that's an understatement, obviously, and you can choose to be angry with me, you can choose to be any sort of thing, if you want to, feel free to harp on me in the comments, it's perfectly fine. I'm alright with that, because honestly, I deserve it, that's how it's going to be. But I do need to take the time to just address it, talk about it, and see what happens, and give you guys a proper warning about things as it goes, okay? So, 2 weeks or so ago, I was contacted by someone, and usually when it comes to these kinds of things, I have an ounce of skepticism. Sorry, talking is bad. But skepticism with it, and people, when people come up to you and offer these deals that are usually too good to be true, I usually just go, yeah, that's not something I'm interested in. But when another friend vouches for them, and when, someone you admire vouches for them, it really changed the tables for me. It turned it, and, it made it seem more, what's the word? Like it might actually be legitimate, in a sense. And they did eventually prove to me that they could be legitimate, because they did pay me legitimately. But the thing is, obviously, that this is not something that should have ever happened, because the sponsor that I had, which, by the way, I've gone through and removed everything from, all of that, and I made sure that there is no hide nor hair of any of that, because obviously this is something akin to how, you may see certain ads on Game Press or something like that, which, boasts discounted orb rates or boasts discounted, in-game currency. But the thing is, a lot of these websites and how they function are, they use things like exchange rate. They abuse the exchange rate for things like, gift cards and all this fun stuff, which, I was not informed to until yesterday. And not only that, but they also use things like credit cards, where they abuse credit cards. They rack up purchases, and then afterwards they refund it, either be it stolen or whatnot. And this, that's very similar to another website that, I can think of just off the top of my head, G2A, if you've seen them. They do, there are a lot of scummy practices there where people do things like that. And obviously, when I promoted it, I didn't really think about that. And I was just assuming that this was something that was legitimate, and it was a huge mistake on my part for even considering it, and not coming to this with an ounce of skepticism just because of that. And it's my fault. It's not anyone else's. It's only mine, and mine to bear. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people being mad with me, and I'm going to be working on, actions to make things better for those who may be affected by it. The first thing I'm going to be doing is, if anyone actually got on the Discord and paid money and, anything of that sort, gotten nothing, please contact me. I will be refunding your amount that you spent, because I will take that burden. It's my burden. It shouldn't be yours. From there, of course, we'll be working on other things. I'm going to probably be taking a break for the next few days, because honestly, I'm not in the best headspace when it comes to this kind of stuff. Thankfully, not very many, at least none to very, very few, actually took part in purchasing anything like this, which makes me very grateful for that. Partly because they probably had more common sense than I did, and that's a good thing. But I will just say that I'm going to try and make my best effort to make sure that this is rectified, and that everyone within there is, working at the best that I can to make sure that everyone's happy and everyone can be. I'm not going to pretend or mince words or dance around the subject matter. I'm not going to try and say, oh, well, that's just how it goes, or anything like that. But it's just, it's something stupid, and it's something that I should have, obviously noticed before anything else. And you can take the apology. You don't have to. It's really up to you. And if you aren't happy with me, that's fine. But I'm not going to try and do that. And I'm not going to be stopping doing videos on heroes nor anything of that sort. I'm still going to do my videos, but from here on out, obviously, I'm going to be really vetting my sponsors from here on out and trying very hard to make sure that something like this never happens again, be it in any other form, shape, or whatnot, because obviously I don't want people to be hurt by this, and I don't want anyone to be harmed. I don't want anyone to deal with that. And that is the simple nature of it all. And, some may disagree that, I'm terrible, and if you see it like that, I understand. I'm not going to fight it. And I honestly can't say anything else other than that. I'm not going to get depressed over it. I'm not going to, try and, get upset. I'm just going to work on action, making sure everything is fixed, make sure everything can, put the effort forward to make sure people are safe, to make sure everything is safe, and make sure everyone is happy. Action is a lot better than depression, getting depressed, crying, or trying to stomp my feet and act like, it's someone else's problem. And that's what I'm working on, is action. So that's the end of this. Pretty much, that's the end of this video. So feel free to say anything in the comments that you want to. I understand, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks.